Good morning, students. We are in the synopsis part of human health and diseases. In the previous class, we studied about the common diseases of human. So now we shall go into the second part of the human health and the disease, that is immunity. First of all, you should know that immunity means the resistance provided by our body against various disease causing agents. That is called as immunity. It is the resistance provided for various diseases. Exactly opposite to this particular resistance, it is susceptibility. Susceptibility is that particular process. Actually, you should know that this particular immunity in our body can be divided into innate immunity, also called as non-specific body defense. So it is the first variety, and the second variety is called as specific, or also called as acquired body defense. So now see the difference between these two words, that is non-specific body defense, specific body defense. What is the meaning of non-specific? It is the process of providing immunity to wide varieties of organisms. Not that I will kill only the polio virus, I will kill only the AIDS virus or coronavirus or diphtheria bacteria. Only that will not be there for non-specific. It will kill fungus, helminthic bacteria, or different other ones also. But here specific for that only. Like that you can see the difference. So this innate immunity will have different ones. One is the physical barriers. Second one is physiological barriers. Third one it is cellular barriers. Fourth one is cytokine barriers. So, if any microorganism want to enter into our body and want to show any disease, it should escape all these barriers, and then only it can successfully stay in our body and show disease. But our immune system is very stronger. First one, physical barriers, especially that is the skin. It is the mucus. It is the mucous membrane. It is the ciliated epithelium. Vaginal microbes. These are all structures which will stop the entry of the pathogens into our body. Especially take a simple example of our skin. Skin is the most important barrier. The most important question is, it is the largest organ in our body. It will protect our body from the surrounding environmental conditions. Like that, it is the physical barriers. Next one, physiological barriers. These are various secretions. It is tears. It is the various tears, whatever are there. Cerumen, which is commonly called as earwax, saliva, sweat, vaginal secretions. It is the vaginal secretions. So these all HCl in our stomach, and different other secretions whatever are there, they will be showing the process of stopping the disease. This is the physiological barriers. And the next one, it is the cellular barriers. These are PMNLS. What are those? Polymorphonuclear leukocytes. These are also called as WBC cells. Means what they will do? These are examples called as monocytes, macrophages. So, neutrophil. So, these particular cells, they will show the process called phagocytosis. What is this phagocytosis? It is called as cell eating. So whenever any bacteria or the fungus will try to enter into our body, they will engulf, they will eat and protect our body by eating away them, by showing phagocytosis. Like that it is called as cellular barriers. Like that it is the polymorphonuclear leukocytes and all. It is the cellular barriers. In the next one, it is called cytokine barriers. Here the most important example called as interferons. It is the interferons. These are nicknamed as antiviral proteins. The nickname of this particular one is antiviral proteins. These are secreted by the viral infected cells only. They will activate the other immune cells of our body and tell that we are affected with virus, be ready for the attack. Like that they will do. That is called by the name as interferons. So these all are coming under innate immunity, also called as non-specific body defense. They will protect our body against not one variety of microorganism but wide varieties of organisms. Like that it is the innate immunity. Now come to the specific body defense. How this particular specific body defense help us? That's what we are going to talk. In this, we have the immunity created by especially T lymphocytes and the other cells called by the name as B lymphocytes. There are two varieties of cells which help in the process of specific body defense called T lymphocytes and the B lymphocytes. T lymphocytes will help in the process called CMI, that is cell mediated immunity. Cell-mediated immunity, that is the meaning of the CMI. But the B lymphocytes will provide humoral immunity. It is the humoral immunity. It is also called as antibody-mediated immunity. Antibody-mediated immunity. So here you should know that the cell-mediated immunity with the help of T killer cells, T helper cells. So it will show specific method of killing the pathogens by these particular T killer and T helper. They will kill the pathogens which are entering into our body specifically, specially for them only. That's what is the meaning of specific. So that is the cell-mediated immunity. Here you should know that humoral immunity is antibody-mediated immunity. The B lymphocytes will get converted into plasma cells, and the plasma cells will get up or they will produce antibodies. So they will produce antibodies. So these antibodies are specific and they will start killing that type of pathogen only. So now plasma cells or B lymphocytes will be one type of lymphocytes which will help in the humoral immunity, especially by producing antibodies and kills the pathogens. If we go into the structure of our antibody, it is having either L shape or Y shape or T shape and all those. Here you should know that this will have totally 4 strands. This is the heavy strand, this is the heavy strand, this is the light strand, this is the light strand. And here you will have some structure like this. What is the special here? This is called by the name as antigen binding site. It is also called as antigen determinant, means it is the place where antigen can come and bind to the antibody. So, antigen binding site is present between 2 heavy chains or 2 light chains or between heavy chain and the light chain. What is the answer? One heavy chain and light chain between there will be present. Not only that, the 2 heavy chain and the light chains and the heavy chain and the heavy chain are being holded by disulfide bonds. Very, very important question. Whenever we are getting a protein, whenever we are getting antibody, 2 antibodies are being, or 2 proteins, 2 amino acids inside a protein are binded by disulfide bonds. Like that also we can study. So, there are different types of antibodies and we will normally write as Ig. Actually, these chemically are glycoproteins. So, these antibodies are nicknamed as glycoproteins. So, these glycoproteins are of Ig type, IgA, IgD, IgE, IgM, or we can write IgG and IgM. So totally immunoglobulins are of 5 types like IgA, D, E, G, M. Here you should know that where they are useful. The first important one is IgA. These are seen in various secretions. Secretions like tears, saliva, mucus. In our body, they will be much being available. That is IgA. Next is IgD. Where they will be present? They will be present on the surface of T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes and other important immune cells. That is the D. Coming to E, these help in allergies. So what is the antibody present in saliva or secretion means we must tell A, which help in allergies and supporting eosinophils. That is the IgE. IgG, very, very important question. This is the type of immunoglobulin which can pass through the placenta from the mother into the fetus and provide immunity to the fetus. That is IgG. And come to the IgM. What is the special of this IgM? IgM is the first immunoglobulin to react during any infection. So whenever any bacteria and all those enter, you also should know IgM is the largest. Largest antibody is IgM. Most abundant, most number is IgG. Secretions is IgA. Allergic is E. Like that we can see the difference. Largest amino acid and first to react is M, which can pass through the placenta, and most abundant is G. And which is in the secretions is A. And in the allergies is E, most important ones. Like that we can see these all. And you also should know the next important part. So whenever we talk about the specific body defense, so simple example, we are talking about acquired immunity. So when we talk about the acquired immunity, It is of two types called as active immunity and the second one called as passive immunity. So there are two types of acquired immunities, active and passive. So just to see the difference. If this is our body, when any antigen or pathogen, so whenever any antigen or pathogen enters into our body, our immune cell gets activated and starts killing this particular antigen and decreases its number and stops the disease. We are active, then it is called active immunity. What is the meaning of active immunity? Means whenever any antigen enter into our body and our immune system is alert and active to suppress that particular microorganism or the disease causing agent is called as active immunity. This active immunity is again of two types. It is the natural active immunity and the artificial active immunity. Naturally, how we will get active immunity? That's the most important question. Simple example. You are trying to learn cycle or motorcycle or anything else. You are walking on the road. Automatically, whenever you fall, wound will be there. Because of the wound, different pathogens will enter into your body and cause activation of your immune system, and your immune system is alert. So, natural immunity is caused because of various infections. Whenever various infections are there, automatically this particular one natural. So, natural active acquired immunity you are going to get. And the next important one is artificial. How? That is by vaccination. Edward Jenner, one of the very important scientist who explained about this vaccination. What is the special in this? So, whenever any antigen or a pathogen is taken and make it attenuated, means make it weak and inject into our body, means you are providing it with an antigen, automatically our immune system will get wake up and starts producing antibodies or cells against that particular pathogen and kills them. And you should know that this is completely based on memory. It is completely based on memory. So because of that memory, they will identify that particular pathogen and kill that particular pathogen. That is called as vaccination. So in the vaccination, so vaccination comes as an example for artificial active acquired immunity. Come to the passive. What is this passive? Imagine that this is our body. An antigen entered into your body, but your immune system is inactive, dull. If your immune system is alert, if your immune system is active, what it will do? It will start producing antibodies and kill it. Then you will call it as active immunity, no? But in the passive, what is the difference? That is, whenever the pathogen enters into our body, your body gets means your body cannot able to fight against it. So what we will do? We will give antibodies which are produced by artificial methods, and we will inject them into the body and kill the pathogen. Pathogens are being killed with the help of our antibodies or different other antibodies. Antibodies from others. That's why it is called as passive. Our immune system is passive. That's the meaning of this. But you also should know passive, it is also having example for natural and artificial. There are two types again. Naturally, how we are getting passive immunity? Imagine that this is our body, and here it is the womb of the mother, and here you have a fetus growing. Antibodies of the mother will pass through the placenta and enter into the fetus and provide immunity to the fetus. So, whose antibodies are those? Mothers. But providing the immunity to fetus. Mother's antibody providing immunity to the fetus makes it passive to the fetus. That's why it is a natural method. So you should know that which antibody pass through like this. IgG. Very important question. So it is the IgG. Now see the next one. It is artificial passive acquired immunity. How it is becoming artificial? How it is becoming artificial? Simple example. A person is bitten by a snake. To protect this person, what we should do? We should be able to take some antidotes. Antidotes are antibodies against the snake poison. So, are they produced by the person? No. So, if we are taking the antibodies from some other person and giving as antidotes to this person, that type of immunity is called artificial passive acquired immunity. So like that, you have this particular acquired immunity. Very important question can be expected from this part. So that is the acquired immunity. So now we shall go with lymphoid organs. So lymphoid organs. What is the special of these lymphoid organs? These are the organs in our body where lymphocytes activate, proliferate and show the process of binding with the pathogens and all. That type of ones is called as lymphocytes. That place where they are doing is called as lymphoid organs, which are divided into two types called primary lymphoid organs and the second one called secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. What is the special in the primary lymphoid organ? It is the place of production only. Production of lymphocytes only will take place in the primary lymphoid organ. But proliferation and maturation means where they will start working is the secondary lymphoid organ. So this is the place where proliferation and the maturation of lymphocytes take place. What is the example for the primary lymphoid organ? It is, that is the bone marrow. It is the bone marrow. It is also called as bursa fabricaceus.